Hey guys, it's Tanner the Neo 4, back here again with another video. This is a Waterslide Decal tutorial on how to do Waterslide decals for Lego. I guess it applies to other things, but my example is going to be Lego. The decals I'm going to use are Roguelands, Customs, Waterslide decals, US Infantry Squad Pack decals for my World War II minifigures. We're using all 10 torsos. This does work with printed torsos, but what you need to do is get really fine sandpaper, like 2000 grit sandpaper, and sand all the printing off so it's nice and not printed. And then, yeah, you just go from there. The materials you will need are a sharp knife, like an X-Acto knife, some water, just like in a little cup or a cap or something like that, Waterslide decals, and a torso of the color you want to do. So let me open up these these decals. I'm not gonna do the head decals, but this applies for that too. So what you want to do first is you grab your torso, or your decal, sorry, and you get your knife. Make sure it's nice and sharp. This one's pretty sharp, yeah. And what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to just score the paper where you're gonna cut it. So I'm gonna do this one first, right here. No, it's not very straight. Gotta recut that one. Alright, and then just score it all the way around. There we go. And then once you're done with that, you're going to want to cut straight through it. Scoring it just helps it be a cleaner cut. And so once you get that, I might have to recut that one. Okay, once you get that, you could pop it out. Like so. I'm gonna have to recut that one side, but you get the idea. I mean, I guess you could use scissors if you wanted to, but X-Acto knife is usually sharper, easier to use. So that looks pretty okay. Well, that side still doesn't look straight, but I'll get that finished and then we'll move on. There we go. Okay, so once you get it how you like it, straight, you are going to want to, sorry, that's really bugging me. I just need, there we go. Alright, you're going to want to size it with the minifigure and torso. And just make sure it's the right size. Make sure it'll fit. And if it is, then good. If it's not, then, like if it's too small, or I guess if it's too small, you can't really do anything about it. If it's too big, you're going to want to cut it down a bit so it fits, because you don't want anything to overhang. Mine's a little too small, but I'll get it better. And so once you get that done, you're going to want to dip this in water. So that's where my water comes in. Let me just move the knife out of the way. You're going to want to dip it in the water, just sort of get it all wet. Pull it out. Then let it dry for 30 seconds or so. That will let it, let the clear part, the decal part, slide off of the white paper part, and that'll just, it'll make it easier to apply, because if you do it too early, it sometimes messes up the decal and just doesn't make it look as good. So we're gonna wait a little bit more, and when you can tell, or you can tell when the decal's ready when it slides freely from the paper, like this. See how the decal part slides freely from the white part? Now what you're gonna want to do is get some of the water, just get it on the torso. That'll help the decal stick better. And then you're gonna want to transfer the decal from the paper, pull the paper out, and then you're gonna want to adjust it to where you want it. And then once you have it where you want it, you're gonna want to roll the extra water out. Don't slide your finger like this, but roll it to get the extra water out once you get your decal straight. And then just roll the extra water out, get it to the outside so the water disappears, or so it gets out from underneath it. Okay, just keep doing that. Sorry, my hand was in the way. Okay, and then you're gonna want that to sit for 2 hours. Another way you can do it is to get a hair dryer and dry it, not too close because it'll make the decal get messed up, but close enough that it dries it, and do that for like 2 minutes, probably from about this far away, and then just do that for 2 minutes. That'll dry it faster if you're pressed for time. And then, so I'm just gonna set it here to dry, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the decals. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the back. I'm gonna do all these first, then I'm gonna do this one and do the back for all of them, and I'll show you the finished, what it looks like when it's finished. And thank you for watching this segment. I'm gonna add another segment with the finished part. Alright, so I got all the front decals on, and I just put these back decals on. This is just what it looks like. I also did one head with the heads that he gave extra to me. Here's a close-up of the back. Here's a close-up of the front. There's a couple different variants of the... Actually, all of the variants are different. But all the backs are the same except for this one. And that's really cool. So this one's not completely dry yet, but this is just to give you an idea of what it'll look like. And then I'll put Brick Arm's vest over it. I might swap out these hands with light flesh hands, like the same color as the head. They look really cool, and once they dry, I'll put a protective coat over them. I'll probably spray paint it on just the glossy finish, I think. And make sure it works for plastic if you're doing it. This looks really good and it works really well. If you do it right. If you don't do it right, then it won't work as well. Or if you rush it, like painting, and whenever you paint something, you gotta wait for it to dry completely before you move on. So wait for everything to dry completely before you put anything on it. Like if you tried to put a vest on one that isn't dry, it would probably mess it up. Then yeah, so wait for it to dry before we put the protective coat on too. Alright, so I let all these torsos dry overnight, and then I'm putting them on this cardboard. I'm gonna spray paint them with some clear coat. The best type of clear coat that I'd recommend is it's just like high gloss clear coat pretty much. Same thing as this, except for it's a different brand. It just works better for models since it's made for models and Lego and stuff like that. It works really good on plastic. This stuff will work though. It works for plastic. And then I have this for the, I decided to put some decals on a couple of heads, so I'll show you what they look like. Here is what they look like. And then I just did 2 of those. And then since this, they came with the 1st Infantry Division stickers for shoulder patches. But I thought it'd be cool to put one on a helmet and just see how that works. And it looks pretty good. And some soldiers in World War II actually did do this. They put they painted on their division patch on a helmet. So I'll spray paint that too. And so I'm gonna have to take it outside, spray paint it, and then bring it back in because it's raining hecka crazy today in my area. Okay, so I'll show you once they're done. Okay, so I just finished painting the front of these guys, and what this coat does is it just protects the underneath the decals from getting scratched and like peeling off and stuff because it seals it. And once this is dry, I'll flip all these over and do the back. Wait for those to dry, and then I'll be done with these decals. Also, I painted the heads. I just put them on the stick and then painted them. So I'll wait for those to dry too. I might have gotten a little too close on the one with the helmet, but it'll dry. So yeah, just wait for this to dry. And then another good thing to do is don't rush it and be patient. Because if you rush it and then you try putting a vest on them or putting these minifigures together, putting their arms back on, the paint might not be fully like put on yet. It might not stick and it just rub off, and then it might end up rubbing the decal off. So be patient. And that'll make it look better. So yeah. This so you guys get the idea. You just flip them over and then you do the back side. This will conclude this video. Thank you guys all for watching. If you need any more tutorial videos or want to see me do more Waterslide decals, then comment down below, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And if you wanna know when I make a new video, and press the little bell button, and then you'll know. And goodbye.